Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to a brand new season of the IronMan League, this time on F124. For the people who don't know what the IronMan League is, it's basically a random track, 100% race with guaranteed wet weather. Safety car is on increase as well, so that's gonna cause some chaos.
We cook, chat. We cook. I think I cooked the setup. I'm not starting last. Let's go.
So, yeah, lots of safety cars, lots of rain. Reverse championship on the grid, by the way. Which
I've gone soft, chat. I don't know if that's smart.
causes some chaos as well. And yeah, as you can hear me say, I went for softs. A lot of other people, I think actually, I'm the only person on the grid on softs. A lot of people, or well, not a lot of people, everyone has to kind of guess what's happening with the strategy, and that's why you see so many different tire compounds. But I was the only one to go for softs, as a gap goes over the grass on the straight. So
Oh my god.
yeah, I think this is actually my favorite league. No practice, straight into the deep end, 100% race, which is something no one is used to from the league racing side, because normally we always do 50% as we send it down the inside of Otis. He's on the hards, so he's gonna have less grip than us, of course. So yeah, up to P14 from P18 on the grid. I have no idea why I started P18. But
It's a bit chaotic here, I'm not gonna lie, chat.
yeah, no qualifying. It used to be a one-shot qualifying, but now it's just reverse championship grid order. So yeah, if we win this race, we're starting last in the next one. If we finish last in this one, we're gonna be starting P1. Up to P12 then, after the opening lap and turn 1. Now we have to try and recharge our battery actually a little bit as I go down the inside of Milan Meyer. Unfortunately,
Someone hit me.
we've been sent into a little bit of hull spin by Otis, who slightly missed his braking point, I think so, in the hairpin. Easy mistake to make right there, as the pack really tends to bunch up. It's really easy to send it down the inside, but it's also really easy to overdo it. And yeah, I reckon braking on this game is a little bit harder anyway, as I
Oops, that's no ideal. In a 100% race.
run into the gravel right there, and our first warning of a 71 lap race in lap 2. Very much no ideal as well, but it is what it is. We've done a good job at recovering our battery this lap. We're halfway there, but we need to continue recovering it in order to make easy passes. Because yeah, sending it down the inside every time is not always gonna go well.
Janos 10-second penalty, that must be for illegal overtake or something.
Luckily for us, that has its front wing damage. As you can see there, his front right end plate is gone, so he had lots of understeer in the high-speed corners, and he's gonna have to change the front wing at the very next pit stop. Now, rain is coming at some point in this race, as I said earlier on in this video. I was trying to go for a move on Janos. Unfortunately, we run out of ERS right there. I think Janos was using a lot of his battery as well, but we go side by side into the next left-hander. Janos brakes deep. We go for the switchback. We're gonna turn on the battery again. Unfortunately, we're just really low. Couldn't quite carry the momentum through there.
Unfortunately, skill issue, I've run out of ERS.
And yeah, no ERS left, so we're gonna have to back out of that one, recharge the battery a little bit, and then just go for it again. So, yeah, I'm struggling with understeer through there. I was thinking about a move into turn 1, but yeah, not a great corner to go side by side, and honestly, there's another 2 hairpins coming up next, so we might as well play it smart and go for the move here. You can see Janos is flashing with the rear light, and that means he is low on battery. So down the inside we go, up to P11. A little bit of wheel spin out of the hairpin, but not too shabby.
Oh my eye!
Milan Meyer up next, and then after
Hurts.
Milan Meyer is the leading group of the race. Top 10, top 9 I should say actually.
Oh, that's no ideal.
And yeah, there's some really fast drivers there, so it's not going to be easy to catch up to that. And yeah, I had to restart my battery a little bit behind Milan anyway, so I decided to just stick behind for like just over a lap and charge the battery to 100%. And now we're going to go on the attack not just go on the attack, because this is going to be an easy pass with DRS, but also straight away try to get it into the DRS of Timbo, who is in that leading group. So, yeah, let's see if we can make it on this lap. I'm pushing for it. Unfortunately, I missed the apex a little bit through there. You can see, you can actually visually see we're gaining, not just on the delta in the top left, but you can visually see us gaining distance to Timbo ahead. But the DRS detection is right after turn 9 here, and we're only just about gonna be in purple middle sector. And I reckon this is probably gonna be the fast lap of the race. Our previous best was a 107.7. We're gonna come across the line instead of 106.8 right there, which was the fast lap of the race. On to lap 7 then. We got past Timbo, he's our teammate, so he's not fighting us in any race basically. Every team consists of a pro driver and of an amateur driver. So let's say me and Danny Bresnik cannot be teammates. Neither can Otis or Danny, or Isvan and Otis, or me and Isvan. There has to be an amateur driver as your teammate. As there's prize money in this.
I'm definitely gonna crash, I'm not gonna lie.
In this league. Constructors and drivers, I think so. And I think also for Driver of the Day awards. And I'm having a tough battle with the kick here. He's not making our life easy. He actually had a huge shunt in turn 3. And I thought he was gonna crash, but he didn't. So hats off to him. The two guys ahead are wheel banging a little bit in the previous corner, and they're doing it again in the left-handed right there. So yeah, bit harsh racing there, but they both kept it on track, didn't get damage, which is the most important thing. Recharging the battery now, and then we can go on the attack on the next two guys, Levente Benze and Bertalem Savenya. I think I nailed it. Here we go then. Trying to have a little look on the Haas up front here. We're gonna send it from a long way back. Give him the space, of course, on the outside. And move to P6 it is. I think we had quite a bit more battery, but the softs are working well at the moment. Like a good grip. And yeah, we've gained a lot of positions. I think most out of the bottom 5 at the moment. Ray now in the start of lap 14. I think there are already people boxing for the intermediates. We're gonna stay out. I was trying to fend off Otis, but once it started raining, he just had a lot more pace than me. It seemed like anyone had a lot more pace than me when it started raining.
No grip. No grip.
I'm not sure why. You can see on the exit there, I just had no traction. I'm gonna go defensive here from Isvan. We should be able to do. But on the exit once again.
I'm getting out traction so hard, I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah, we're just wheel spinning on every exit. And we just don't seem to have the grip. I'm not sure why. It could be setup related. We're pacing great in those first 10 laps of the race. In a dry, but maybe some people have opted for a more wet setup. I'm not sure. But it seems like all our pace has disappeared. But I decided to stay out one more lap. I felt like it was okay to stay out one more lap. I knew I was probably going to lose a little bit of time, but I had Isvan ahead of me. And Otis, I thought Otis was going to box as well. And yeah, I wanted a lap tire advantage because I felt like I was going to need that if I wanted to re-overtake him later on in this race without DRS. Anyone who watches F1 Esports or league racing on a high level knows it is incredibly hard to overtake other cars in wet conditions on a non-tire advantage.
I don't know where the track's going, mate.
Because you don't have DRS, which then makes it incredibly hard when the gaps between drivers.
Why is my rear lap so overheating?
It's so small,
wet.
you know. Yeah, in the dry it's really easy to overtake, but in the wet it's nearly impossible. So, yeah, as you can see there, DRS has been disabled. We've lost a lot of lap time to Otis in the past lap, over 2 seconds.
Why do I lose so much to Otis though? Are my tires that cooked?
But yeah, end of lap 50 now, we're going to be boxing for the intermediates. I think Thomas is in the net race lead. He started a little bit further to the front than us. I think around P13. But in we come then, onto the intermediates. We got some overtaking to do, but I knew that was going to happen the second we started out the lap. I just wanted that one lap tire advantage, but we just lost a lot of time pace-wise to Otis. Otis didn't lose a lot of lap time or time to anyone ahead. You can see the gap he has to the leaders is maybe increased by like a second, but I feel like we lost like 4 seconds there. So yeah, no ideal. Looking back, that maybe should have boxed the lap earlier, but at the same time we've got a tire advantage now, which is nice as well. Up to P9 we go, and it seems like the traction is fine now, so maybe the tires were just a little bit cooked. So yeah, lap 20 now. On the attack we go again on Levente Bense, who overtook us on the in lap when we were boxing. And now we're gonna re-overtake him again and move up to P8. Now we got FGE Eisner in the kick ahead of us. And yeah, I had to recharge my battery a little bit before I decided to go for a move again up to P7. And now we've got Istvan Puki 3.2 seconds ahead, so we were quite a amount on the lap. Otis actually 5.5 seconds ahead. So yeah, we've got some work to do here in the next 10, 15 laps, 20 laps. I'm not sure how long it was gonna keep raining, but actually 7 laps later we've already caught up to Istvan and Otis, so our pace on those inters were great. As I think they got a little bit stuck as well behind Jack West and another Hungarian driver, who did create this entire race, by the way. Balint Elekes? I think that's his name. These Hungarian names are hard, man, for a Western European person. But yeah, he had crazy good pace. You can see P4, basically between only F1 Esports drivers. Jack West was pushed wide into the gravel there in turn 4. We've lost him a lot of positions. Now, it was a very scary moment, and I had no idea how they did not crash.
I nearly took out Istvan, holy shit. How did they not crash? That's crazy.
So yeah, they go into the pits, so we're gonna stay out one more lap and go for a set of hard tires. You can see I felt like my inters were still doing well, but you can see there we are around 5 seconds behind Duncan, who is around half a second behind Thomas. So we've once again got quite a job on our hands here to try and close that gap to Duncan and Thomas in the next few laps. DRS enabled exactly in the right time, so we can go for the move on Istvan into turn number 4 and move up to P3. But as we move into P3, you can see Thomas with a 3-second penalty there, and that's going to help us, I hope so, at the end of the race, if we get within the 3 seconds, of course. You can see this in lap, we've got great pace, 4.5 seconds behind now. But onto the hards we're gonna go.
Okay, we can't take you right now. Pit next lap. Next lap.
What do you mean pit next lap? Shut up, man. I'll decide myself when I box, little bro.
Into the pits we go for a set of hards, together with Duncan, Thomas and Istvan. Everyone going on to the hard compound towards the end of the race, probably. Although 38 laps to the end is quite a long time. 39 actually. We've completed 32 laps. So 39 laps to the end.
Holy shit!
We've got 3 wide behind us, and we actually nearly get taken out. But
how did it not get blown up then?
you could hear me say, I have no idea how I don't get blown up there, as they're making 3 wide, dive bombing each other into that hairpin, as happened early in the race. It's really easy to overshoot that corner, but they all nailed it. We got, I think, Jack West on the mediums, Otis on the mediums as well. So they're already trying to find their way through, and I'm trying to gain time to Thomas and Duncan, but they were swapping around every single lap, and we didn't yet. And DRS being so strong, it's really important to swap around lap after lap to optimize lap time. But yeah, then I felt like we had completely different setups, and that kind of made it hard because we were fast in different places on track. Yeah, we were just kind of not really making any
Otis is on mediums.
And yeah, as you can hear me, surprised. Otis on the mediums, we're gonna let him through. And then probably swap around again next lap to do the same thing. Just DRS each other, lap after lap, to help ourselves forward. But the gap has increased to Duncan and Thomas in these past few laps, 6 seconds now. As yeah, they were just playing it smart. But lap 52, all of us were just, yeah, swapping around lap after lap, so nothing really happened, no battles. Otis has boxed already, and under the VSC now,
Not boxing, chat. Fuck that.
we got everyone boxing, and I decided, you know what, we're gonna do the opposite. I started Duncan and Thomas boxing, and I knew that we were not gonna win this race if I boxed, or at least I felt like I wasn't gonna win this race if I boxed. So I was like, you know what, let's just risk it.
VSC ending. We're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green
Oh,
flags.
I lost 2 seconds. The ending was very, very short. But whatever. Let's see if we can keep the dream alive, chat. Thomas and Duncan on softs. 3 pits for the other. Well, it's not quite 3 if you lose 11 seconds, is it?
Lap 54 now, and as you can see, we set at 106.5, while the soft runners, Thomas and Duncan, do a 104.7, 1.8 seconds faster than us. And
Chat, we're kinda cooked. I'm not gonna lie, bro. We're kinda cooked. We're kinda cooked.
yeah, they are lapping 1.5 to 2 seconds per lap faster than us at the moment. And
But as
we're
my
not gonna
hero
be able-
Nick 830 would say, never give up, never back down.
Yeah, sure, buddy. However, that's not gonna
Or something like that.
fix the fact that you've got 2 people behind you that were lapping nearly 2 seconds per lap faster. As Thomas already goes for it into turn 1. I thought I was gonna end in a crash, but it didn't. We're gonna turn on the DRS.
Let's gonna lose 3 positions in one straight.
And yeah, we got passed by Thomas already. I'm not sure if we're gonna get passed by Duncan here already. I'm gonna keep it around the outside as there is space. However, even though we should get a better exit because we're on the wider line, we got completely out-fractioned. No chance whatsoever to keep Duncan and Thomas behind. So yeah, let's try and stay with them now. And yeah, see if we
I
can.
have no grip, no power, no tires. We have no chance at the win.
Well, that's not quite true because we're still in the DRS, and the DRS
What, in the
is
slide?
extremely powerful around here. 3 DRS zones,
No, we're not out of the points.
and we are not out of points.
They'll just re-overtake for a bit of banter.
And yeah, I think that was a great plan, to be honest, because now
Up.
we're gonna re-overtake Thomas, and yeah, not hold them up, but obviously our hearts are only gonna get better relative to the results. You can see we've got absolutely
Never mind.
no grip on the exit. We got completely out-fractioned again, but we're keeping with them, and that's important because our tires are gonna get faster and faster. Thomas with a huge slide into the final corner.
Let him cook.
Completely lost the back end, but he kept it on track. And yeah, once again, we are gonna get some DRS right here, but Yeah, Duncan didn't have a great lap as well. As he's gonna get triple passed here, I think so, into turn 3, and you can see the Hungarian guy.
Wait, Duncan got overtaken by him as well?
I need to learn the names of all the people in the league, as there are a lot of different people than last year, so it's kind of hard to pronounce them. I'm gonna call him the Hungarian guy for now, but I'm gonna learn his name over the course of this season for sure, because I'm sure we're gonna
take me out.
have more battles with him, as he actually got into P2 for a second, but unfortunately no traction on those hard tires. You can see I'm having to correct every single corner as well. As I said earlier on, 38 laps on a set of hards around Austria is a long way. But lap 66 now, we got re-overtaken by Thomas there. We actually managed to keep the lead for like a few laps there.
Istvan is coming as well.
Now my main concern here is, of course, Duncan, because Thomas has a 3-second penalty. Now, in this league, they do not remove penalties. If you get a penalty, it is what it is, whether it's unfair or not. So yeah, our main concern is Duncan at the moment. If we finish P2 on track behind Thomas, we will get P1. So here we go. Attack on Thomas to try and keep this 1-2 going, so we can win this race. And I'm actually gonna get DRS here. So I was like, you know what? 5 laps to go in this race. Let's just try and have a go at breaking the DRS. It's very optimistic, but we're gonna try it. Into turn 4. Actually, good minimum speed. A little bit too late on power on the exit. But yeah, our tires are starting to get serious wear on them as well. Unfortunately, the gap is 6 tenths. It needs to be over a second. We are not gonna make this. It actually increased to 7 tenths throughout there, but yeah, we're not gonna break the DRS unfortunately before the end of this race. And we're just gonna have to recharge the battery again. Luckily for us, that is really easy on F124. On F123, we would have been kind of screwed here. So yeah, 4 laps to go to the end. Struggling to keep the back end under control. I have to push here in order not to get double passed by Thomas and Duncan. I thought Thomas was going to go for a move there. He didn't. And we stay in the lead for another lap. Lap 70 though. Thomas lost P2 somehow, which is not ideal for us, but it is what it is. We got 2 lap cars ahead of us, who are probably going to give us DRS on the next straight. Probably not on the next lap, because I think they're not going to quite have the pace to keep us behind. So yeah, we're going to be very vulnerable on the last lap of this race, with Duncan behind us, who is looking very pacey at the moment. We do have a 100% battery, of course, but yeah, we're actually gonna get DRS on the main straight as well here, because these guys are battling like crazy, and they do not want to let me go. Luckily, their Ghost actually Gap let me go right there, and that's actually quite smart, because he's gonna get DRS now on this next straight, whereas this Ferrari guy is not. And we're gonna turn on the DRS. This one does not matter too much, because Duncan is gonna be right on our gearbox onto this long straight. We're gonna turn on the battery, of course, to try and defend here from Duncan into turn 3. He's gonna go either to the inside or the outside. We defend the inside, brake, and unfortunately he's just about gonna get DRS. We get a little bit of wheel hooking together right there, but now we have to be careful to not get overtaken by the AlphaTauri. He goes around the outside, we go down the inside, and we manage to keep P2.
Fuck off with this wheel hooking, man.
Now we need to try and repass Duncan somehow. However, we're starting to run out of time. We're gonna have to recharge the battery a little bit if we want to have another go. You can see we're only on 22% battery remaining. Duncan is flashing, which means he's under 10% ERS. So we're gonna set this up for the final corner, for a final drag race to the line. We're gonna go early on power. We're gonna get the DRS, turn on the overtake button, and we're just about gonna come short by 4/1000ths of a second. photo finish. Somehow, on top it says race winner for us, but we finished 4 thousandths behind after a drag race to the line. 71 laps.
So close, chap.
2 completely different strategies. 2 completely different races. And it comes down to 4 1,000ths of a second. Each Van Poekie in P3, Jack West P4.
It said you won.
The Hungarian guy, Elekes in P5, Thomas in P6. After that 3-second penalty, Danny Bresnay P7. I think Danny got wing damage because I have not seen him a single time on track this race. I think he must have gotten damage in the opening lap. He did an extra pit stop compared to us as well, but a lot of people did that, to be honest, so yeah. Yeah, banger race. I'm not sure what happened to Otis. He's down in P13, but I think he boxed before the VSC and that kind of screwed him. So hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you guys next time for more league racing. Ciao.